Grumpy's Bail Bonds presents Showtime All-Star Wrestling.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Reno Riggins, and welcome to another exciting broadcast of Showtime All-Star Wrestling. The man standing here to my right is none other than the Dirty Dutchman, Dirty Dutch Mantell. Just tell him about a great broadcast we have for tonight.
Well, we got Brian Christopher's going to be in the house tonight. I'm always looking forward to seeing him. Derek King Enterprises also going to be on the show today. 3 title matches on the show. Also, we got a great match. Hammerjack versus Mark Anthony right here in that ring, and I'm excited about that. But the match I'm looking forward to, title match between Kid Cash and Derek Andrews. That's what I'm looking for, Aaron Andrews.
Well, Dutch Mantell, how do you see this match shaping up? Go ahead and put your Jimmy the Greek glasses on. Go ahead and give me the Vegas line. How do you see this match shaping up between Eric the Dragon Andrews and Kid Cash?
Okay, if I was in Las Vegas at New York, this is the odds I'd lay. 5-4 on Andrews, even though Cash has beat Wardell Walker. He's beat Jerry Lynn. He's beat Al Snow. I smell an upset in the making right here today on the side.
Well, talking about the man of the hour right here that everybody's come here to see, let's bring him in here right now. I'm talking about none other than Eric the Dragon Andrews. Eric, you got a championship match coming up tonight. I know you've been training hard. You know Kid Cash inside and out. How do you see this match shaping up?
You don't want to do this, Reno.
You don't need to be out here right now. You don't need to be out here right now. Hey, you don't need to be out here.
I tell you what, listen, first of all, I'm the world champion, not you. All I want to do is come out here and talk to the boy just for a second. So why don't you take that ugly ass jacket of yours and step back? Eric Andrews, this is not our first encounter, my friend. You've had plenty of chances, and you shouldn't be wrestling me tonight. You are a worthy opponent, but you're just not man enough to get the job done. Just like this man said, I've beaten everybody that this man, and everybody part of SAW has put in front of me. I've taken this belt around the world. You're just simply not man enough. But since you're gonna get one more chance, and this is the last chance, do you understand, Reno Riggins? Do you understand, Dutch Mantell?
I understand.
Do you people understand? This is the last time. But since this is the last time, I will be a true champion and give you just a little word of advice.
Kid Cash is, ladies and gentlemen, this is Michael Graham from the announce position. You can see what is going on right now in the interview position as Kid Cash is all over Eric the Dragon Andrews, and now Eric the Dragon Andrews fighting back to his feet. And ladies and gentlemen, this is broken down. Complete chaos to begin our show here this week. Reno Riggins, Dutch Mantell, we're scheduled to talk to Eric the Dragon Andrews, who is scheduled to get a title shot against that man, Kid Cash. And well, you see the results. Kid Cash comes out, interrupts the proceedings, and now chaos reigns here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena to begin our program this week. Referees out here trying to separate these two men. It was Kid Cash that threw the first blow. It was a cheap shot is what it was. And Eric the Dragon Andrews now being restrained. Kid Cash being restrained by referees. Oh, and these two men are scheduled to go at it for the SAW International Heavyweight title. And Eric the Dragon Andrews breaks free of his restraints, and he once again is back all over Kid Cash. These referees are having a hard time keeping these two men apart. Ladies and gentlemen, this seems to be the scene week in and week out here in SAW now. All the personal issues, all the tension in the locker room is boiling over. You can see Eric the Dragon Andrews being led out of here by referees, by wrestlers. Amazing, unbelievable. And there is our SAW heavyweight champion. You see my usual broadcast partner and the matchmaker. No! Oh no! Whoa, whoa! Kid Cash has attacked Reno Riggins. Kid Cash is blatantly, in front of this capacity crowd, has blatantly attacked the matchmaker of SAW. What is going on here? Kid Cash has come out and more than disrupted proceedings now, has come out here and has completely broken our program down. We're scheduled to have an opening match here in moments. We were scheduled to have words with Eric the Dragon Andrews, and it's nothing but chaos here. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not know how to describe what we have seen so far here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena, except to say that it is completely off the page.
I will kick you to the ring. We got a wrestling show here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, take it away.
We're going to try to get some order here, and we're going to try to get underway with our first match. As Sigmund awaits in the ring, he made his way to the ring amid all that chaos, and he awaits this man, Brian Christopher. He comes out
222 pounds from Memphis, great sexy Brian Christopher.
He just made his debut here in SAW a couple of weeks ago. Got a win over Jeremiah Plunkett under his belt, but I have to say, I dare say, that the competition ramps up a notch, at least here in this one, as Sigmund awaits Grandmaster Sexay, as he's known. Brian Christopher in the ring here in front of a great crowd with all the chaos that's gone down. I mean, we have to once again thank all of Nashville for coming out to the Fairgrounds Sports Arena for this huge event here. Unfinished business with SAW. Some major happenings here, and we're going to get to all of them as I see Dirty Dutch Mantel making his way back over here to my broadcast position.
Already in the ring, weighing 222 pounds, Sigmund.
Like I said, I'm over there. Kid Cash is in a bad mood tonight. But Kid Cash is the type of guy who would rather spit on you than talk to you anyway.
I was going to say, have you ever known Kid Cash to be in a good mood?
No, he's never been in a good mood, and that's what makes him so dangerous. Tonight, Andrews has his work cut out for him. Reno Riggins is right now, believe me, he is fit to be tied.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure we will hear more about that situation as time warrants, as the hour goes on. But right now, what a moment in our SAW ring for Brian Christopher here in SAW and back in front of this incredible crowd at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena.
Well, it's a huge crowd. It got jump-started early with Kid Cash. I didn't think he liked my prognosis about the 5-4 odds to Las Vegas odds. And he came out, took it out on Andrews, and then took it out on Reno Riggins.
I think you're right, and yes, and we're going to definitely be hearing more about that entire situation, obviously, as Sigmund right now off to a quick start against Brian Christopher. What a big scoop and a slam right there. Two impressive-looking individuals in the ring right now.
Well, it's a great show here on SAW. Of course, we got Brian Christopher with us. We got PG-13 here. We got Jerry King Enterprises. We got Hammerjack and Mark Anthony coming up a little later. It's a great show and a great super kick by Brian Christopher. Beautiful textbook, almost like I used to throw. I can't do it anymore, but I used to throw kicks like that.
I was not aware that was in your repertoire, but the missile drop kick right there definitely in Brian Christopher's as he nailed a second big move on Sigmund, and Sigmund's on jelly legs here. And now up and over goes Sigmund with the clothesline.
Man, he drove him. I don't know that much about Sigmund, but I think Brian Christopher at this point is giving him a clinic, and he's taking him back to school. Look out.
Brian Christopher winds up with a baseball slide there, a short drop kick almost, and sends Sigmund flying back toward our entrance area here at the Fairgrounds Sports Arena. And once again, Brian Christopher this time follows him out. Oh, and unfortunately for him, shoved by Sigmund, right into the ring post.
Well, he went to the well once too often. You know, one thing about competitors here in Saul, you can't count any of them out no matter how much experience you have.
Especially Sigmund. Now, Sigmund is a smart individual and can throw a whale of a standing drop kick as evidenced right there. And a cover 1, 2, a 2 count for Sigmund.
Wait a minute, we just got word from the back that Reno Riggins highly upset, Kid Cash highly upset, Andrews highly upset, so we have a volatile situation on our hands today on our Saw broadcast, folks.
You can definitely feel the tension in the air. I mean, and it was thick. It was thick, the tension in the air before that confrontation. You had a feeling something like that was going to happen. But then again, you mentioned a few moments ago, Hammerjack and Mark Anthony are here, and anytime they're in the same vicinity, it's a thick tension in the air. Well,
a lot of bad blood between them, and I think we're going to see a lot of it come out tonight. The Saw competitors here, I think this thing has moved from a smaller promotion to a bigger promotion, as evidenced by the crowd in attendance tonight. I would say there's at least 1,500 people in the building tonight, almost to capacity, but not quite. But given how the Saw momentum in Saw, I expect to see this building sold out in at least the next big show here.
Right now is Brian Christopher. Nice enziguri right there. I thought for a moment Sigmund had found some offense, but instead Brian Christopher cuts it off right there. And Brian Christopher may be showing some of that experience, and certainly the experience is with Brian Christopher in this matchup with Sigmund.
Wait a minute. I think Christopher's he's got the dogs. He's got the dogs in the house going. He's got the dogs barking.
This could be 1, 2. No, a long 2 count. Give it to Sigmund, able to kick out there.
We also have Chase Stevens. He's on the show today. David Young coming up next right after this match.
Chase Stevens takes on the problem solver. That one we've been waiting on for some time now. And that is going to be a great match as well. Chase Stevens with that long series of matches with the partner in crime, if you will, of Young, Andy Douglas. A shot right there. Where is Sigmund going? Once maybe that superplex off the second rope. Blocked again.
Blocked it. Wait a minute.
He's got a couple of shots in. A third shot to the midsection.
He may take him for the ride here.
Down hard goes Sigmund.
Wait a minute. That Brian Christopher, he has been known to do some crazy moves, and he's coming right into our camera. Is he putting his glasses on?
I believe this is old school. It's time to fly, Dutch. It's time to fly. Brian Christopher going high to the top rope and down with the leg drop.
Well, I think this is it here. 1, 2, 3. He got him. A great showing by Brian Christopher, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go away. We got a volatile situation back in the back with Reno Riggins and David Young and Chase Stevens on the way up.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing first, weighing 235 pounds from Nashville, Tennessee, Chase Stevens.
What a great reaction.
This is going to be a great matchup as well, Dutch.
And opponent, led to ringside by the leader of the A-Team, Paul Adams, David Young.
It is the problem solver of the A-Team against Chase Stevens. Dutch Mantel, this should be a great matchup.
Well, judging from the reaction that Chase Stevens got in this arena, these people love him. Now, the problem solver, he's got a big problem to solve in Chase Stevens. Hey, fans, if you tuned in late, a volatile situation backstage tonight between Reno Riggins, between Andrews, and between Kid Cash. If you tuned in a little late, a big altercation, a big pull apart to start the show. And hey, this show is in jeopardy already.
Absolutely. I mean, it was complete chaos to begin our program here this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness, what a nice back elbow right there by Chase Stevens. We will get more on the Reno Riggins Kid Cash situation. Eric the Dragon Andrews and Kid Cash scheduled to face each other for the SAW International Heavyweight title. Look at Chase Stevens following in David Young. Nice clothesline right there.
He leveled him. He came off. David Young's velocity kind of worked against him. And all Chase Stevens, you know, Chase Stevens has some pretty big arms. Wait a minute.
Wait, hold. Paul Adams got involved maybe where he shouldn't have got involved. Chase Stevens has Paul Adams in his sight, but it's David Young laying in wait with the big clothesline.
What a great move by David Young. I think they led him right into that. Now you can tell Paul Adams and David Young highly versed and highly trained in how to trick your opponent into making a mistake. They did.
You can see it right now as Paul Adams has the referee's attention while David Young takes care of business on the outside with Chase Stevens, as it were. And don't forget, Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas, a teammate of the Problem Solver on the A-Team, have had such a long history, just a brutal feud between them. Paul Adams right in the middle of all that.
You know, I'm a little bit removed from this because I'm kind of new to Saw here, but I heard about the Andy Douglas, the Chase Stevens feud. You know, I read about it on the internet, I heard about it, and I heard some tremendous matches. And I'll say one thing, I don't think that's over, because I know Andy Douglas, he don't take defeat lightly, and he's not going to let it go by.
I hesitate to say you may very well be right on that. Two incredible matches between those two men, Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas, in this very building. Right over there in that corner is where Chase Stevens went off the balcony through a table, and in a moment I will never, as long as I live, forget. But right now it is David Young in the ring with Chase Stevens. Oh, that big headbutt.
Who went off the balcony?
Chase Stevens at the hands of Paul Adams and Andy Douglas.
Well,
I'll never forget it.
Well, I bet Chase Stevens won't forget it either. That'll make two of you.
Right now, it is David Young with that rear chin lock.
The crowd solidly getting behind Chase Stevens, and a lot of times wrestlers feed off the crowd, and they have a tremendous crowd in here tonight to feed off of.
Well, it's Chase Stevens maybe doing exactly that, blocking a right hand, blocking a second right hand, and Chase Stevens now, the one that looks like he is in control of this matchup, and down goes David Young. Another big right hand, and David Young now is in a bad way. Ducks under that clothesline, however, misses with a kick, got him with the spinning kick on the follow-through. What a maneuver by the big man, and now a cover, 1, 2,
Whoa.
2 count.
See, he thought he had the answer to that problem. He thought he had solved that problem, but that's what you get for thinking too soon. I'm gonna say one thing for David Young. David Young is a thinking wrestler. He thinks about 3 or 4 moves ahead. That's what you have to do in this business to be successful.
Oh, right there. What a maneuver with the destroyer.
Has this got him?
Stevens, 1, 2.
Oh, man.
Your winner of the match, Chase Stevens.
A great win by Chase Stevens here on Saw.
On the Grumpy's Rewind, you can see it. Off the ropes, Chase Stevens out of nowhere with that destroyer pile driver and the 1, 2, 3.
Fans, if you tuned in late, a volatile situation in the back between Reno Riggins, Kid Cash, and Eric Andrews still to come. PG-13, Derek King Enterprises. Also later tonight, we got Hammerjack and Mark Anthony. A great show. Don't go away, fans.
We are a cut above the rest.
Natalie Van Aaron with Saw TV. I'm here with Eric Andrews. Eric, there's so much intensity here tonight. I saw you backstage getting all pumped up. How are you going to match the intensity this evening after what Kid Cash just put you through?
How am I going to match the intensity?
Oh boy.
Miss Natalie, you are a credit to your occupation, and I thank you for your services. But just like the NFL, I can't stand women in a man's sport. So why don't you stand over here for just a second? And as for you,
I could see this coming. Kid Cash once again out here. Kid Cash once again out here interrupting our program, interrupting proceedings, and trying to get the drop, if you will, once again on Eric the Dragon Andrews. This was scheduled to be obviously just nothing but interview time, but instead it is Eric the Dragon Andrews and Kid Cash once again going at it here on the concrete floor of the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. And once again, the officials are called out to try to separate these two men. Thankfully, our Commissioner Freddie Morton out here to get Natalie Van Aaron out of harm's way. She should be getting hazard pay tonight. My goodness, these two men cannot wait to get their hands on one another. even though I have to say that both of these instances, it's been Kid Cash that has interjected himself into the proceedings, completely unwelcome, completely unwarranted, completely uncalled for. Kid Cash twice now has come out here to interrupt our program to try to get his hands on that man, Eric the Dragon Andrews, who has had enough, and he is all over Kid Cash. The challenger for the belt right now, all over the holder of the belt here on the concrete floor of the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. And this crowd is stunned right now. They cannot believe these two men now twice have come out here impromptu and had a complete brawl as once again wrestlers are called out to the floor to try to keep these two men separated. We have seen this scene with Mark Anthony and Hammerjack of late. And now we're seeing it with Kid Cash and Eric the Dragon Andrews. I can't lie to you, ladies and gentlemen, the tension in our locker room right now in SAW has been ramped up to a level that I have never seen, never felt before. Everybody feeling like that SAW's momentum, that everything going on right now, the influx of new talent, everybody fighting for a spot right now, fighting literally and figuratively. As you can see, Eric the Dragon Andrews right now just trying to claw at our champion. The man that holds that belt is going to be holding the belt in one of the the up-and-coming companies in this country. And ladies and gentlemen, everybody wants to be that man. Kid Cash is that man right now, but will he be for much longer? Because Eric the Dragon Andrews has his shot at the belt coming up here on SAW, a cut above the rest. Ring announcer Dan Masters doing the honors, bringing out the challengers. The tag team belts are on the line. These men trying to get their hands on gold as you see Wolfie D and JC Ice, PG-13, getting set to take on the champions, Derek King Enterprises. My name is Michael Graham, and welcome back here to the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. My broadcast partner, Dirty Dutch Mantel, in the back right now, trying to get a handle on what is going on. This has been utter chaos tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Kid Cash, Eric the Dragon Andrews have been at odds all evening long, disrupting our broadcast not once but twice. And you know, all this is going down, all this chaos, and still to come, Mark Anthony and Hammerjack. That is a frightening proposition when you get down to it. Here come the tag team champions to the ring.
Weighing in at a combined weight of 395 pounds, led to ringside by Drew Haskins and Sister Ophelia. They are members of DE, and they are your tag team champions, Derek King and JT Star.
JT Star and Derek King of Derek King Enterprises, flanked by Teen Excitement, the master of DrewTube, that is Drew Haskins, and Sister Ophelia as well. This promises to be a great match. The crowd here is absolutely jacked to see PG-13 back in the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena, back in the ring and challenging for gold. The gold is on the line, and there they are, being held up by our referee. Tag Team Championship action here on SAW this week in front of a capacity crowd at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. This hallowed ground for the sport of professional wrestling. Once again host to a championship match with world-class caliber wrestlers in that ring. JT Star, a man that has quite a bit of experience, yet he would be the least experienced of all four men participating in this matchup, will begin for the champions, and he will take on Wolfie D of PG-13. You want to talk about a man that has been around the block, a man that has held titles, that has fought for titles all over the world, all over major companies. And right now going for the gold here in SAW, locking up and now trading rear waist locks with JT Star, but a nice move right there with the drop toe hold. And the front chancery, the front lock now here employed by Wolfie D, but a nice counter there by JT Star. JT Star, one of the more athletic superstars here in SAW. He comes off the ropes, hard shoulder block, and Wolfie D is down flat on his back, and JT Star, proud of his accomplishment, maybe a little too much showboating and missed with that elbow, and right back on the attack. Wolfie D with a nice arm drag, and now the arm barred of JT Star. The champion's in trouble here early. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize if things seem discombobulated this week, to use a word, because, well, things quite honestly have been. Kid Cash has seen to that more than once as we go tit for tat in the ring right now. Wolfie D, the man that misses the elbow, but it's a miss of an arm drag by JT Star there that opens the door once again for Wolfie D. And what a maneuver right there by Wolfie D, stepping out of the way of that arm drag opportunity there by the champion JT Star. And now it's Wolfie D backed into the corner. A shot to the midsection, not a clean break from JT Star there, but an effective maneuver nonetheless. Once it's in, Wolfie D, pillar to post, does so. Under goes JT Star, but over goes JT Star coming out of the corner. And our first pinfall attempt is a 1 count, and it's for the challengers. A right hand, and JT Star looks like he could be in a bit of trouble here. Pillar to post, this time he wants to go up and over. Look at the athleticism of JT Star, the man out of Halifax, Nova Scotia. Wolfie D, however, blocking that hip toss, throws one of his own. Another cover, 1, 2 count this time, but only a 2 count for the challengers. Oh, and a shot right there, and Wolfie D was stung by that one, and he is backed up into the corner. Ladies and gentlemen, again, things completely in disarray for most of our program tonight, thanks to our champion, Kid Cash, who has been on the warpath tonight with Eric the Dragon Andrews. And whoa, big right hands now as Wolfie D with big right hands in the corner now, and now stomping away at JT Star, one half of the tag team champions, winding up, and that's vintage stuff right there from Wolfie D, stomping away at JT Star, and Derek King doesn't want any of Wolfie D. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more of this one. It is tag team gold on the line. The champions, Derek King Enterprises, the challengers, PG-13 on SAW Wrestling. This went from hijinks to very serious business, and Derek King is on the wrong end of things here, big time into the turnbuckle there, and now up and over goes Derek King, and Wolfie D comes off the ropes with the knee drop. A cover here, a cover, 1, 2, a long 2 count that time for Wolfie D. Now it's Wolfie D with that rear chin lock, and it must be said the challengers have had the better of it in this matchup. The champions not able to muster much offense at all, and the belts are on the line here. PG-13 back together, back in SAW. As Derek King tries to make it back up, does so, back to his feet. Followed in, however, as he goes into the ropes by Wolfie D, and a big clothesline, and once again, the champions look to be in trouble here. It looks like the challengers have stayed 1 step ahead this entire match. Another tag here in the fresh man, JC Ice. Jamie Dundee hits the ring for the challengers, PG-13. A right hand right there, and Derek King is somewhat defenseless here into the ropes. No! Stopping up short was JC Ice, but 1 step ahead that time. The tag team champs, as Derek King had the trump card in that maneuver right there, and was able to throw JC Ice out to the wolves. JT Star taking care of business out there, as hard into the railing goes the member of PG-13, and now helped unceremoniously back into the ring by JT Star. And suddenly the tide really does change this time. Seems like I said that recently and it really wasn't the truth, but this time it looks like now the champions fully do have control here of one of the members, at least, of PG-13, as you see JC Star, taunting the other member, Wolfie D, on the outside before delivering that monster kick. Here's the cover, a 2 count, but a 2 count only. Just getting that left shoulder off the mat is JC Ice. What a night we have had here, ladies and gentlemen. It has been absolutely chaotic. That's why I'm here at the broadcast position by myself. Actually, and look at Sister Ophelia now. Sister Ophelia all over JC Ice as he's draped over that second rope. Derek King now takes care of that and back into the ring, and really dead weight right now, it looks like, is JC Ice. He may be completely out, as he has not moved since coming off that second rope there a few moments ago, thanks to the boot of Derek King. And speaking of that boot, it's placed right in the sternum that time of the challenger. Wolfie D trying successfully to get the crowd behind PG-13 again, but a stinging left jab and another one, and these are right on the money. Oh, what a shot right there. Another left hand, a 4th one, and now big right hand, and down goes JC Ice, and he goes down with a thud. There's a 2 count in. No, again, only by an inch that left shoulder comes off the mat, but just enough, and just before the 3 count. And this match continues, but continuing to take punishment at JC Ice on the inside. JT Starr now the man that's inflicting it, and now he will try to lean on JC Ice a bit here. He will try to wear the man down with that rear chin lock, trying not to let the man breathe, trying to stay on top of him here, trying to wear him down to the point that 3 count will be a possibility, that for a 3rd time the referee's hand will slap the mat, and that will signify the tag team champions retaining their belts. You can hear this crowd right now trying to get behind JC Ice. Once the referee picks up the arm, and no signs of life there. 2 more times and this one is over. There is a 2nd time. Now we've seen JC Ice barely get that shoulder up twice. Will we see him? We do see him barely hang on here as well. Somehow I suspected as much, to be honest with you, because this is a resilient man in the ring. Been through so many mat wars. He's been through so much, period. And he wants that gold. He has been talking about it all week, ladies and gentlemen, and has been on the mind of PG-13. What a nice jawbreaker right there. And falling back into the corner goes JT Starr, and a bit of a hesitation here by Derek King to take the tag. Finally, he will tag himself in here as JC Ice had just a couple more moments to catch his breath. He comes off the ropes. DDT! DDT! A big DDT right there. Oh my goodness, what a maneuver by JC Ice, and that came out of nowhere. What a maneuver, ladies and gentlemen, that DDT, and Derek King is, I don't think he knows where he is. He certainly doesn't know where he is in the ring. He went to the wrong corner. JC Ice found his partner. The tag is made. Wolfie D is the fresh man. A shot right there for Derek King, and down goes JT Starr as well. Wolfie D is in the ring, cleaning house of the champions. The tag team belts are in danger here, as down is Derek King. Up, over, and down is JT Starr. What a backdrop. All the way into the rafters here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. And another, no, not a meeting of the mind, as somehow the champions are able to get out of that one, ducking under the double clothesline. Throwing a double clothesline of his own is Wolfie D, and down are the champions again. Now Derek King up and over, and on the outside, this could do it. A body slam. Wolfie D, he has JT Starr alone in the ring. What's going to happen here? Derek King is out on the outside. JT Starr is out in the, no, he moves. Oh, the somersault dive misses by Wolfie D, and now Derek King is up on the top rope. He looks to take advantage. Oh, the leg drop misses off the top. And look at JC Ice. Oh, the elbow misses. Can you believe it? JT Starr going up. He misses the elbow. Any of those would have done it, but none of them connect, and all 4 men are down, and the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena is stunned. Look at the carnage in the ring. All 4 men putting it all on the line. All 4 men pushing all the chips into the center of the table for naught. As now, JC Ice, Derek King trading right hands. A shot right there. Ice wants to send King in. No. JC Ice off the rope. Sunset flip. Sunset flip. A right hand. A cover. 1, 2. No. Tag. No. No. A 2 count only. I thought that was all. Just kicking out is Derek King. Now PG-13. Shots to the midsection. Double bulldog. Double bulldog, and Derek King is down. I can't believe this one continues now. JT Starr's in trouble. Double bulldog for him. Both men are down. A cover. 1, 2. Yes. No. Drew Haskins pulls the referee out of the ring. Can you believe this? Drew Haskins. Now JC Ice has Drew Haskins. Wolfie D has Sister Ophelia, and the champs have the hubcaps. No. Countered hubcaps. Cap for your dome. Cover. Cover. 1, 2. Yes, it's over. We have new SAW Tag Team Champions. I have nearly lost my voice, ladies and gentlemen. What an amazing display that was. There are your new champs. JC Ice, Wolfie D, back at the top of the mountain of tag team wrestling with championship gold here in SAW. Oh, look at the replay. You can see, ladies and gentlemen, that it was the champions with the hubcaps, the distraction of the referee from the outside. But it is PG-13 able to one-up the champs in this one and get the 1-2-3 in the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. And more is still to come on SAW Wrestling.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. This is Michael Graham along with my broadcast partner, Dirty Dutch Mantell, and we have ladies action coming up now. The SAW Women's Champion, Tracy Taylor, you see her there in ring right, and Sue Young are going to be going at it.
Well, I don't know how much bad blood between these girls, but let's give them a little look. Listen up, Michael, I just came from the back. Brother, oh man, it is a tense situation backstage. Kid Cash, Reno Riggins, Eric Andrews. Security is still all around them, and it hasn't settled down since the opening segment that I was involved in. So it's a wild night here in Saw, and I don't see it getting any less wild.
Oh, absolutely not, because don't forget, we are scheduled to have Hammerjack and Mark Anthony out here in just a few minutes, and that has not gone well when we tried to get those two men in the ring in the recent past. So things are quite chaotic here as Sue Young and Tracy Taylor are going at it in the ring.
Well, I'm gonna look at these girls here. Sue Young.
That's a good call. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it too.
Yeah, Sue Young, a very good wrestler. Tracy Taylor, very good. And you know, I'm a big proponent of ladies wrestling. I've always liked that. I like competitive ladies wrestling. I do, because I think they're highly underrated. They work. I think they have to work harder than the men in a lot of ways to be taken seriously. And what you're seeing here is two women who want to go to the top, to the pinnacle in professional wrestling. And I think by choosing Saw as a vehicle to showcase their talents, I think they made a wise choice.
Well, you won't find, in my
Of course, I had something to do with it too. I said, throw them in there and let them go.
Of course. But you won't find anybody that works harder than Tracy Taylor at her craft. That young lady's a champion for a reason. We saw her defeat Nikki Rocks for that championship, and she has held on to it and been a fighting and a fine champion for us here in SAW for some time.
Oh, Sue Young a little bit mad.
I can speak from personal experience. That young lady has a temper.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't slap me.
She did. Oh, I think she did. And now Sue Young wishes maybe she didn't, as Tracy Taylor.
Uh-oh.
Right?
Whoa!
Goodness.
She's
Hear that slap loud and clear here.
She slapped her into next week.
Sue Young feeling the effects of this one. What a night we've had here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Sue Young, nice job right there putting Tracy Taylor's face right
Good move.
Turnbuckle. Well, what a night we've had here. Kid Cash, Eric the Dragon Andrews, twice having to be pulled apart from each other. Absolutely chaotic mess with that, to put it mildly.
Reno Riggins
right in the middle of it.
getting knocked down, almost knocked out.
What a night we have had here, ladies and gentlemen. And as you said a few moments ago, it's not over yet. Hammerjack Mark Anthony still to come here on the program tonight. Right now it is Sue Young, very proud of her accomplishment so far in this match. Now Sue Young has fought Tracy Taylor twice for the women's title. Neither time has she been able to take that title from Tracy Taylor, but both times they were hard-fought, well-fought matches between these two young ladies. And right now it looks to be an even matchup.
You know what I'm going to do in the next couple of weeks? I'm going to sit down with Hammerjack, and I'm going to do it down and dirty with Hammerjack, and I'm going to try to get inside his head. And then I'm going to try to sit down with Mark Anthony, try to get inside his head, because, and fans, if you're unfamiliar with Down and Dirty with Dutch, it's a segment to where I kind of give a little insight into a wrestler's personality and how he wants to attack things and how he wants his future to go.
Well, I tell you, Hammerjack may be a good idea. Wait a minute, cover one. Thought maybe Tracy Taylor had caught Sue Young unawares there and was going for a big cover. Hammerjack, I'm all for. If you're going to talk to Mark Anthony, I would suggest you might want to bring a therapist, not for him, but for you. I tell you, that young man.
Hey, I've been
completely gone.
but yet, even though he could be completely gone, you know, he may have some valid reasons.
Hawaii 5-0 out of nowhere. Can you believe it? With the arm twist, the foot under the jaw, and 1, 2, 3.
A father so great, for he has given me one more chance. Destroy Hammerjack! Hammerjack! We're gonna play a game, and you're gonna lose.
That's his daughter. That's
Wait a
Hammerjack's daughter.
I'm coming for you, Mark. You've made this personal. And let this be known to anybody and everybody that's watching at this point. Mark Anthony, this goes out to you. You cannot ever turn your back on Hammerjack.
In this deadly battle, who will emerge the victor as Hammerjack takes on Maniac Mark Anthony?
Weighing 225 pounds from Baltimore, Maryland, Hammerjack.
It is. There's not enough words to describe how much that man hates the man that's about to walk through that door. Mark Anthony.
This whole thing started with a dart, right?
A dart throw. A completely random moment, and then Mark Anthony has turned that. He's terrorized this man. He's terrorized.
Wait a minute. This is gonna.
Here we go. Not even getting to the ring. Not even getting to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Not even getting to the ring. This match certainly has not started as Hammerjack has met Mark Anthony out on the aisle, and it picks up where it left off the last time these two men were in this building. A wild beginning to this one.
Well, the photographers around ringside are rapidly trying to get out of the way because these men, even though it started with just a random dart throw, this has developed into a hatred that I haven't seen in quite some time in professional wrestling.
And Hammerjack almost into the ring post there, but then Mark Anthony goes hard into the ring post instead. A shot right there. Another shot.
Well, I think what this is going to evolve down to, Michael Graham, is who can outlast who.
Is this actually, do we have a match here? I'm not sure that we even have a match as Hammerjack and Mark Anthony are brawling on the outside.
Well, I think we got a match. These guys are going at it here. The referee is too concerned about what's going on, and I think he's worried about his safety too.
Oh, absolutely. I think everybody in this building right now, you and myself included, need to worry about our safety because I have seen these men brawl on streets, brawl in this building, brawl in other buildings. Very few four walls can hold these two men.
Well, I'm going to say this. If they head this way, this microphone is going to go silent for a while till they get away because I'm not going to be here.
You better believe that's right.
Well, right into the security guardrail.
The entire guardrail, all of it just moved with the force of Hammerjack's body into it as Mark Anthony continues to stomp away now.
My view is a little bit obstructed.
We have chaos here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we had the Kid Cash, Eric the Dragon Andrews situation not once but twice. Right now it's Mark Anthony and Hammerjack in a match that I am not sure. I don't believe this is actually a match. This has never actually begun. The referee started to call for the bell, but I believe instead.
Well, he can't get him into the ring yet.
Long enough. They spilled back out to the outside, exactly.
You know, I kind of like this, though. I mean, hey, if they want to fight, let them fight. Did you hear the people screaming just a little bit a while ago? Let them fight, let them fight. To me, they're wrestling fans, and these are wrestlers. They like to fight. Let them fight.
Well, that's exactly what's happening here because, again, ladies and gentlemen, I've not seen any indication that this match actually has started, will start at this point. I don't know what's going on.
Big arm by Hammerjack.
They are just wailing at each other. Right now it's Hammerjack stomping at Mark Anthony.
Have they even been in the ring yet?
Not for maybe a moment.
Wait a minute. Finally into the ring. This is the first time, fans. They're into the ring.
Another shot. Referee is just, he's just telling him to discontinue, I think, as Hammerjack continues with the right hand.
Oh, whoa. A big timber, a big tree dropped. See, he's not trying to pin him anyway. He's not trying to pin him. He's trying to punish him.
This has got to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, this is complete chaos right here. I don't think we simply have a brawl in front of about 1,500 people here going on between Hammerjack and Mark Anthony, and now some semblance of a wrestling match with the head to the
very little.
That's as close to a wrestling move I've seen so far.
Back
outside.
Back outside again. Now watch out, Michael Graham. They may head this way. They're right in front of our. They're right in front of our broadcast table here.
Oh!
And he took a post
off that ring post.
Mark Anthony, I don't think he knows the word quit. He's not going to quit. And I think he has actually taken Hammerjack as a personal challenge. Even though he started it.
At the core of all of this, believe it or not, is the man known as Raven. Mark Anthony learned at the feet of the man known as Raven. Raven was his mentor.
Wait a minute.
He learned well as now he looks to inflict some big damage with those ring steps. Oh my goodness, look at him shatter. Look at the ring steps shatter. Thank goodness Hammerjack was able to get out of the way.
Well, he broke the ring steps. And those ring steps, you know how much those ring steps weigh? Maybe.
The thud they just made.
They probably weigh at least 150 pounds.
Oh! The referee goes down. Now, wait a minute.
Well, even though the match hadn't started, I don't think.
Another chop. Hammerjack now coming back. The referee is down. And we have another referee coming out of the back. And again, complete chaos reigns here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. Hammerjack just clawing and ripping. Oh, another referee.
Totally out of control.
Completely out of control, ladies and gentlemen.
I think we need to.
We have got to get some more help out here.
This is a match that never started. We're trying to get it stopped here.
There certainly wouldn't be a match at this point at any rate.
And here we come again.
Here comes again one of the busiest men in the building tonight, Freddie Morton, our commissioner.
Here they go.
Oh, wait a minute.
Ladies and gentlemen, this contest has been ruled a no contest.
So a no contest, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to try to get some order here when we come back. We are scheduled to hear from Kid Cash, Eric the Dragon Andrews, hopefully Reno Riggins, more SAW Wrestling. We need to get to the back.
What do you want, Reno?
Cash, I think it's about time you and I have a come to Jesus meeting today, son.
Really?
Yes.
Come to Jesus. The only Jesus you're going to come to isn't in this room.
Wait a second, Loncho.
Oh, wait a second.
There's been something that needs to be taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
Right here for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to a packed house here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. It is standing room only here as Andy Douglas makes his way out and to the ringside area. I am Michael Graham, thrilled to be joined by the legend, Dutch Mantell. And Dutch, we have not seen Andy Douglas. Well, it's been several weeks since we last saw this young man in the ring.
Well, like you said, Michael, standing room only here at the Nashville Fairgrounds. Another great edition of Saul. And as you said, we haven't seen Andy Douglas in several weeks now because of his last match with Chase Stevens when he lost the last man standing match. Now, what I think is what's happened to Andy is he's kind of went back, he's regrouped, and let's see if he can make another strong push here to get his name back in the lights here.
You know, it must be said that conspicuous by his absence here, Paul Adams, the leader of the A-Team, of course, Andy Douglas, a member of that A-Team. Paul Adams not ringside to support his man here. I have to say that's been some time since I've seen Andy Douglas here without the support of Mr. Adams. And right now, here comes Jesse Emerson, Indianapolis, Indiana native. Makes his way out, and he is the opponent for Andy Douglas tonight. Dutch?
Well, let me ask you, Michael, is it this Jesse Emerson, he has just passed the bar exam?
That's it, yes.
You know, I've never passed the bar in my life. And if he's a lawyer stepping into that ring, you know, just a few months, he could be a practicing attorney and suing people and collecting all kind of judgments. If I was Andy Douglas, I'd be leery of wrestling this guy because after I beat him, he may want to come back and sue me.
There you go. That could very well happen. Maybe that's why Paul Adams isn't ringside watching his man Andy Douglas in this one for that very reason. Regardless, it is Jesse Emerson and Andy Douglas to start things off on our program this week, and we do have an action-packed program coming up as the collar and elbow, the first tie-up, and a nice knee there, and Andy Douglas gets off to a flying start.
Well, Andy Douglas is going to take the fight to Mr. Emerson. And if I was Andy, you know, I'm kind of pulling for Andy tonight because, you know, I don't much like attorneys to start off with. And you see that was some kind of a writ of habeas corpus he put on him right there. He's probably going to serve some papers on him here before this match is over. You know, we're also going to find out on the show, Michael, what happened behind closed doors last week with Reno Riggins and Kid Cash. So I'm kind of interested in hearing what goes on there. Action-packed card, like you said. If you look at Emerson and you look at Andy Douglas here, pretty well, probably the guys are basically the same size. Emerson about 6'2", 6'3" at 235. I guess Andy probably 6'1", a little bit shorter, but still probably weighing in around 220, 225. Guys look in shape, so let's see who can take it to who here.
Definitely evenly matched physically, but the big experience advantage would go to Andy Douglas in this one, and he will get the first count of the match, and it is a 2 count before Jesse Emerson is able to get that shoulder off the mat as Andy Douglas continues to deliver the punishment, this time with the laces of the shoes.
Well, that's a good tactic that you probably don't see much anymore, but the wrestlers back in the day, they would use any weapon available to them. Andy Douglas, you know, he doesn't mind breaking a rule. That's why I kind of like him, because he'll take the battle to this Mr. Emerson kid.
Well, and right now he's got his entire body weight on the back of Jesse Emerson as he's draped over that second rope.
You know, if I was Emerson, what I'd do now, I'd object. I'd object, Your Honor. I object. Objection overruled. Sit down. You know.
The arm twist, and nice job there with the suplex, the side suplex there by Andy Douglas, and right on the back of the head goes Jesse Emerson. This could be all. Here's a cover, 1, 2, and a long 2 count that time for Douglas.
Well, I think Mr. Douglas should kind of put a little more body weight on Emerson if he's going to hold him down, because if he lets Emerson hang around too long, he's going to kind of give the match to him.
Well, and speaking of that, right here, a couple of right hands, and Jesse Emerson.
I predicted it.
You sure did for the first time.
Call me Nostradamus. Call me.
Nostradamus, as Jesse Emerson tries to throw Andy Douglas into the ropes. No, it's Jesse Emerson under the clothesline, but the high knee, and on the mark, what a maneuver by Andy Douglas, and Jesse Emerson may be out.
Well, the referee is checking. I doubt if he's out, but Douglas did turn him upside down. I think Andy just a little bit too nonchalant.
1, 2, no hook of the leg there either, Dutch, to your point, and another 2 count. That could have been all.
You see that number 2 being held up in the crowd? See, this is the Olympics, the Winter Olympics. They give him a score of 2 on that. As we see our sponsor here, Grumpy's, with their banner right across the way. Hey, folks, if you go to jail, call Grumpy's, they'll get you right out.
We'll be hearing
I've
from
never
Leah.
had that problem, of course, but in case, you know, you ring Grumpy and they string you out of the jail.
We'll hear from Leah, the Bond Girl, I'm sure, here coming up later in the program as well. Everybody's always waiting to hear from Leah, the Bond Girl, as Andy Douglas continues with that rear chin lock on Jesse Emerson. Jesse Emerson able to fight back to his feet, but he's back down again because of the right hand there by Andy Douglas. Now into the ropes.
In for the ride, I call it.
Oh, but a nice swinging neck breaker there by Jesse Emerson. A good counter. Andy Douglas may have gone down into that backdrop position a little soon, telegraphed that one a little bit. Jesse Emerson was able to take advantage, and Andy Douglas looks like his bell was rung a little bit.
Well, just a touch. But if you know Andy, doesn't take a lot to ring his bell, because, you know, he's probably not the biggest Mensa candidate in the world anyway.
Well, easy now. A big clothesline. He ran right into that one as a fella that I guarantee you is a Mensa candidate. Jesse Emerson now.
How do you know he's a Mensa candidate?
Well, he passed the bar. The man's
Big deal. Remember one thing about lawyers. Half of them finish in the bottom 50% of the class. That's what you got to remember about that. Same is true about doctors.
Somehow that does make sense. And then it covers
1,
2. Oh my goodness, a long 2.
That 2 sign goes up again.
That's it. You got to get that 3. Jesse Emerson knows that for sure. Mensa candidate or not. Big right hand.
A packed crowd here at the National Fairgrounds. You know, we're kind of jammed in over here, Michael.
Oh, look out now. A shot to the midsection. Andy Douglas calling for the natural selection. He's got him hooked, and there it is. Out of nowhere, Andy Douglas looked to be in some sort of trouble, but instead is able to reverse it. There's the 3 count. You could count to 50.
46, 47. Yeah, you could count to 50.
There's your winner, Andy Douglas. Let's take a look at the Grumpies replay on this one, Dutch. As you can see, Jesse Emerson
big
had
win.
the run of things, but it's Andy Douglas with the shot to the midsection, double underhook, and then the natural selection, devastating maneuver. The 1, 2, 3, and your winner is Andy Douglas.
Well, I'd like to welcome everybody in to my office here at the Tennessee State Fairgrounds Sports Arena. I'm Reno Riggins, the matchmaker, of course. And as everyone saw last week as we went off the program, basically Kid Cash held the program hostage. He was supposed to defend the title last week against Eric the Dragon Andrews. And in my mind, and I'm sure all the fans' mind, Kid Cash knows he is a hunted and wanted man by Eric the Dragon Andrews. Eric has shown me, and he's shown and proved to all the fans that he is a worthy opponent for that SAW title. And I think Kid Cash knows that he cannot beat Eric the Dragon Andrews in a fair and square match. Kid Cash has basically ran, ducked, dodged, and held on to that title by hook and by crook over the last year. And for me, being a former champion myself, that absolutely is just despicable. It's not how we want our champion here at SAW to defend the title. It's not how we want our champions to be perceived here. You know, I know Kid Cash isn't a fan favorite, and he's not out shaking hands and kissing babies. He's out trying to win championships. But by the manner that he has chosen to hold on to that title is just, well, last week as we went off the air, everyone saw me and Kid Cash have a closed-door meeting, and that was a meeting that had been long overdue. And basically what came out of that meeting with Kid Cash and myself is the fact that I told Cash that the running is over, the hiding is over. We're going to sign a match between him and Eric the Dragon Andrews, and it is going to be a lumberjack match on today's broadcast. If you don't know what a lumberjack match is, let me explain. You're going to have 2 participants in that ring. One will be Kid Cash, one will be Eric the Dragon Andrews. And all of the rest of the wrestlers that are here on contract with SAW will surround the ring. And when Kid Cash decides he's going to run, duck, and dodge and jump out of that ring, there's going to be somebody there like Brian Christopher to throw him back in. Same thing for Eric the Dragon Andrews. He may step out of that ring. There may be a member of the A-team there to greet him to throw him back in. But we are going to get this settled once and for all. By the end of this broadcast, there's going to be a champion. Whether it's Kid Cash holding on to that title or where it's Eric the Dragon Andrews, there's going to be a champion. There's going to be a match that everyone can be proud of that they've witnessed. And so the table has been set. Challenger Eric the Dragon Andrews will be taking on the International SAW Heavyweight Champion, Kid Cash. The gold will be on the line in a lumberjack match. That is today's main event.
This is Natalie Van Aaron with SAW TV. I'm here with Eric Andrews. Eric, you have waited.
Wait a minute, Kid Cash.
Oh my God!
Kid Cash is once again attacking Eric the Dragon Andrews. This in our backstage interview position. Kid Cash I think he used the belt on Eric the Dragon Andrews there.
Well, you heard Reno Riggins tell him that he was in a lumberjack match today with Eric Andrews. I don't think we're going to see a lumberjack match. I don't think Cash wants to be in it.
No.
And he's probably trying to take out his competition before we even get there.
This is, once again, Kid Cash not wanting to face Eric the Dragon Andrews. What does this do to our title shot tonight that we just learned we were going to have? We'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. It's SAW Wrestling at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena, a packed house, a standing room only crowd here. Drew Haskins, Teen Excitement, makes his way out in front of this packed house. This is Michael Graham, along with the legend Dutch Mantell, and this one promises to be a good matchup, Dutch.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, it's already started out here tonight as a wild night, as it was last week. And I'm looking forward to this match between Drew Haskins and Bordell Walker, so let's see what happens here.
Before we get started with this one, let's take a look at what happened just a few moments ago here. SAW television announcer Natalie Van Aaron there trying to interview Eric the Dragon Andrews. Again, this was several moments ago before our break. Kid Cash with the championship belt all over Eric the Dragon Andrews. We are efforting to find out a status update on Eric the Dragon Andrews. We do know he's being attended to. However, other than that, our title match that we were to have tonight between Eric the Dragon Andrews and Kid Cash, all I can say is I believe it's up in the air at this point.
Well, it is up in the air. Kid Cash apparently didn't like what Reno Riggins told him, and he took matters in his own hands. I got to say one thing. That lady, what's her name, who was interviewing Andrews?
Natalie Van Aaron.
Boy, she took off, didn't she?
Well,
how'd you like to be on the street with her and somebody jumps on you and she just leave you laying, and she wouldn't call the cops or nothing.
Well, when you're talking about Kid Cash and Eric the Dragon Andrews, you don't want to be in between those two men. Anyway, we saw what happened last week. I have to ask the question, how long is our program going to be held hostage by our title holder? I mean, this is 2 weeks in a row now. Kid Cash has completely disrupted the proceedings, as you see Wardell Walker in the ring here in front of this capacity crowd.
So basically what you're calling Kid Cash is a terrorist.
Well, you know what?
The show is being held hostage. That's your words, Michael. It's not mine. But the show is up in the air.
He's not hearing this, is he? Kid Cash? I don't want him hearing. I don't want Kid Cash here, and I called him a terrorist out here.
Well, if I see him, I'm gonna have to tell him, because
Yeah.
Because I've been around Jesse Emerson. He's a lawyer, and I'm, officially as an official officer of the court, I'd have to actually tell him what you said.
That's what's known as a callback, ladies and gentlemen, in the business. Drew Haskins now, trying to sneak up on Wardell Walker. Wardell Walker barely was able to catch him on the way in there. The bell has rung, so we have a match. Wardell Walker out of Savannah, Georgia, an impressive young man, but no backup in Drew Haskins, it must be said here, as he is trying to talk the talk here.
Well, he's being very aggressive, and that's what he's going to have to be with Wardell Walker. Look at Wardell. Wardell,
a slap.
Whoa!
And Wardell Walker slapped the taste right out of Drew Haskins' mouth, and now finally a lockup here. And Drew Haskins did not used to have this attitude. Ever since he hooked up with Derek King Enterprises, you see Sister Ophelia of Derek King Enterprises right now giving him some advice in the corner there. We have seen a sea change in the attitude of Drew Haskins.
Well, can I enlighten you a little bit, Michael, about the change in Drew Haskins?
Well, please.
Actually, it came about. I sat down with him not too long ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I just had a heart-to-heart talk to him, almost like father to son. I said, look, kid, this is what you're going to have to do to succeed in this business. You just can't go out there and be Mr. Goody Two-Shoes. And, I mean, listen, I said, pretty soon you're going to have to wrestle Wardell Walker, who's really mad because he lost that match dedicated to his mother who's passed away, so he's really in a bad mood. And he knew this match was coming up, and I think I got Drew Haskins in a good frame of mind, and I got his head into the game, and I think you're going to see from now on out, you're going to see a different Drew Haskins.
So Derek,
what's that hand, Michael, telling me to speed up?
No, I'm gesturing with my hand.
As long-winded as you are, and you telling me to speed up?
I haven't spoken in like 45 seconds. Anyway,
there's a reason for that.
Drew Haskins with that front face lock there. Wardell Walker, though, it looks like he's going to be able to counter out of this one. Doesn't look like Haskins has it locked in too tightly, and now it does look like Wardell Walker does have that arm cinched up and all the way twisted around, got that top wrist lock now, and the elbow to the back of that bicep and the tricep area, and that does big damage to the shoulder. Wardell Walker playing to this huge crowd, and this crowd loves Wardell Walker. He is one of the more popular young men here in SAW. Expecting big things from Wardell Walker. He has, as you mentioned, Dutch, has had a recent title match with Kid Cash. Unfortunately, that did not go his way. Kind of made a rookie mistake toward the end of that match, as a matter of fact, that cost him. As we are checking out now hopefully his rise back to the top. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break as Drew Haskins takes a break in this match. When we come back, more of Teen Excitement against Wardell Walker here on SAW.
Hey, Michael.
Yes?
When you come back, can I say something?
Yes.
Thank you.
On SAW Wrestling. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to a packed Nashville State Fairgrounds Sports Arena to SAW Wrestling. I am Michael Graham alongside the legend Dutch Mantell, as Wardell Walker right now has the advantage over Teen Excitement Drew Haskins. What has been another chaotic night here in SAW. Dutch, we do not know if we are going to see that title match we were promised earlier between Kid Cash and Eric the Dragon Andrews. We still haven't heard anything about the condition of Eric the Dragon Andrews.
And you probably won't hear anything because, what's to hear about a guy that's laid out in the back? And in Eric Andrews' case, he may not even want to go to the ring because Kid Cash, after he knocked his taste out of his mouth and sent him into next week with that big boot, and our announcer running off like a scared little feline she was, it's a wild night here at Saw. And as you mentioned a little earlier, Michael, about Drew Haskins, a different attitude.
Oh, absolutely. Ever since he joined Derek King, absolutely.
Well, he's going to have to really pick up his game here because.
Oh my goodness, Wardell Walker.
Move.
Yeah,
good move.
Tripped
good
him
move.
up right there, and nice job with that headlock takeover. Looked like it was going to be, just Drew Haskins kind of floating over there, but Wardell Walker stayed, up on all fours actually, and actually tripped up Drew Haskins as he tried to make his way back to the center of the ring.
Well, Drew Haskins has his work cut out for him. Sister Ophelia outside the ring, watching on, lending moral support. But, look at Sister Ophelia there for a second. How much moral support do you think she could really lend someone?
Well,
I don't think I would feel very moral if she was standing outside the ring with me. I mean, I'm going to have to, well, maybe she had a gun or something. Up!
My goodness. Wardell Walker there flung into the ropes, and up and over he goes.
Did I tell you Drew Haskins he's got a different bit of an attitude now.
Absolutely.
And now Wardell Walker on the defensive out there. If I was Drew Haskins right now, I'd be on that floor. I'd be having Wardell Walker eat a boot sandwich right
I'm
now.
very intrigued to see that he's not out there attacking him, as a matter of fact. Now he's kind of wasting some time letting Wardell Walker get his breath back. And now he takes matters into his own hand with a boot to the back of the head there.
Well, he actually took matters into his own foot. He kicked it.
Gotcha.
So
right.
it was just
got a lot to learn.
You got to name the right body parts here.
Now, something I do want to mention, we do see Sister Ophelia on the outside, but we do not see the now former tag team champions, JT Starr and Derek King. They may be off somewhere licking their wounds yet, but they are certainly not out here supporting their man Drew Haskins in this match. So that is an intriguing development that must be mentioned.
Oh, Drew Haskins doing some push-ups. He's telling Wardell, hey, let's get to it, buddy.
Rod Wardell Walker back in the ring there over that top rope. Sort of a slingshot there, and now Drew Haskins with the elbow, the point of the elbow right on the top of the head there, and now a cover and a 1 and a 2 count only.
Up, number 2's up again. See the sign in the crowd? What I like about the crowd here in Nashville, I mean, they are really emotionally invested in all these matches. And I think Drew actually has about, he told me, I was speaking to him a little bit earlier tonight.
Yeah.
He has several hundred people in attendance in that big Drew Tube fans.
Oh, he had the roll up right there, but only a 2 count. And yeah, Drew Tube is gaining steam. I hope you've watched your latest episode of Drew Tube. It's always so intriguing and entertaining. Big shot right there, that European style uppercut. And now into the ropes. No, reversal. Wardell Walker puts Haskins in the ropes, up and over. And, oh, the elbow right there into the face of Drew Haskins. Down goes Haskins with the clothesline. Another big clothesline. And now all of a sudden, Wardell Walker has found a reserve, and he is all over Teen Excitement.
Well, Wardell Walker is trying to reestablish himself here in Saw after his loss to Kid Cash just a few short weeks ago in the match that he dedicated to his mother. And
look at that maneuver. As Wardell Walker pops right up, I can't believe it. Now his belly-to-belly overhand suplex, and that's how it's done, Drew Haskins. As Drew Haskins now is on jelly legs, up and slam. Nice job, the sit-down slam there. He's got the legs hooked, but Sister Ophelia has the referee, Dutch.
Well, she must be telling him his car's double parked or something outside because
that was easy a 3 count.
Getting his attention, but he wasn't there for the count.
Wow, easy a 3 count right there. But the referee involved with the outside interference is Sister Ophelia, who now has the attention of Wardell Walker. And that was a low blow right there by Drew Haskins. Did you teach him that one, Dutch?
Well,
a cover, a 1, 2, no, a long 2 count. And I thought that was all.
Yeah, Michael, that kind of hurts my feelings to think that I would teach a man such an underhanded move like that. But yes, I probably did teach it to him.
Perhaps that was the case. As now Drew Haskins, you're seeing some frustration here as he thought he had the 3 count there. Look at Wardell Walker's face and hand getting slammed into the mat and now pulling back on the mouth. My goodness, a vicious streak here.
Well, Drew Haskins, he knows he's going to have to pick it up just a little more than he ordinarily would because Wardell Walker was a great amateur wrestler. He's a great competitor. He has a few years on Drew Haskins, so even in experience, I think Wardell Walker has wrestled professionally 5 or 6 years. I don't think Drew Haskins has that experience under his belt. But at this point of the match, they're equal. this match still a toss-up.
Drew Haskins does give up some experience here. Drew Haskins trained by SAW's Reno Riggins, as a matter of fact, several years ago.
Well, I wouldn't blame Reno for that.
A little shot there by Vordell Walker. No effect, no sting behind that punch, as Drew Haskins right now is just toying and maybe allowing, once again, Vordell Walker to get his breath back here. Maybe he's not enough on the attack right here, but that forearm put Vordell down.
I agree with that. He needs to be highly on the offensive here, which he's if he lets Vordell hang around too long, he's going to, like I said in the first match, he's going to let him get back in the game.
Oh, he's back in the game after that clothesline. Drew Haskins came off the ropes and ran into a huge clothesline. And wait a minute, he's got him up. He may be looking for the Uranagi here. Uranagi. Uranagi. That should be all one. Wait a minute, Drew Haskins. Derek King is in the ring. Derek King and JT Starr in the ring now and putting the boots to Vordell Walker.
Well, where were they? Where did they come from?
Suddenly, the former tag team champions in the ring and all over Vordell Walker. The bell is rung. This one obviously thrown out now, a disqualification. The Uranagi hit. Wait a minute, it's the champs, the new champs. PG-13 in the ring now, and out goes Derek King Enterprises. So things have broken down here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure Vordell Walker will be named the winner of this match by disqualification. He had hit the Uranagi. It was academic at that point, but Derek King, JT Starr, hit the ring now.
I've been walking these streets since I was 14 years old. I don't think you're aware of that before you threw the first dart, Mark Anthony. Because if you knew what I've been through in my lifetime, Mark, I think you would have reached up and taken my picture right off that dartboard. You would have realized that by picking a fight with me, there was no way you could possibly come out the winner. You say you wanted your father to grant you a chance at redemption, and in order to do that, in order to satisfy whatever twisted relationship you have with Raven, you decided you were going to involve my family? Bad move, Mark. From 14 years old, I survived on these streets. I've seen a lot of bad things on these streets. I've done a lot of bad things on these streets. There was one thing when I had to fight for everything I had, and all I was responsible for was taking care of myself, surviving another night. It's a whole different ballgame when it comes to taking care of my family. Now it comes to a point where we need to end this thing once and for all, Mark. 4 times now, Mark, I've tried to get my hands on you. I've said it before, I don't want to wrestle you. I'm not worried about pinning your shoulders to the mat. I'm not worried about having a referee raise my hand. It's personal, and the next time we meet, Mark, all the rules are out the window. It's a Tennessee street fight. They're going to throw us in the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena and let us fight. They're not going to try to separate us. They're not going to try to keep us from using weapons. They're not going to try to set limitations. It's going to be anything goes. And Mark, I can't wait. You're going to find out why they say, don't turn your back on Hammer Jack.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena and back to SAW Wrestling. My name is Michael Graham, here with the legend Dutch Mantell, and right now, once again, we have descended a bit into chaos here. We do not know if we have our title match. Then again, here comes our title holder. Kid Cash is here, but Dutch, we have no idea if Eric the Dragon Andrews is in shape to vie for that belt here tonight.
Well, we don't know that. This match is also supposed to be a lumberjack match. I don't see any lumberjacks.
No lumberjacks.
I see Kid Cash. But earlier tonight, fans, if you missed it, Kid Cash, as you'll see right now,
Yeah, right? Oh, look at that. The belt right in the back of the head and the neck area, and then pounding away at the defenseless Eric the Dragon Andrews is our champion, Kid Cash, who is making his way around ringside right now. This happened earlier tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why we do not know about the status of this scheduled match coming up. Kid Cash versus Eric the Dragon Andrews. There has definitely been some consternation about the physical condition.
Well, you can see the ring announcer, he's confused.
His opponent.
He doesn't know what to do. We see Kid Cash. Dan Master doesn't know who, if
And right
Eric
now,
Andrews is coming.
Reno Riggins has made his way to ringside. Now, Dutch, last week we saw Reno Riggins and Kid Cash. Well, we saw them close the door right before what appeared to be was going to be a very tense confrontation.
But well, let's not forget that Kid Cash punched Reno last week, knocked him down, so there's some bad blood between these two men already, and I think Reno's in the ring for a reason.
You think there's going to be a suspension here?
Ladies and
Could
gentlemen,
be.
Reno Riggins.
I'm having a match. What are you doing here? And you better have a good reason. You people shut your mouth so I can hear what this idiot has to say.
Reno.
Cash. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry I have to be the bearer of bad news here tonight, but the main event between Kid Cash and Eric Andrews is not going to take place.
Not again. Kid Cash once again.
Well, Kid Cash is happy about it.
Reno.
Well, sure, it was his intention. He doesn't want to fight Eric the Dragon Andrews. It becomes more and more apparent.
Cash.
What? Where's he at?
You know what happened.
Yeah, you're damn right. I know what happened.
You know what happened.
And he ain't gonna make it, is he?
You know something, Cash? Just because you come out here with that belt around your waist, you're not the champion in my eyes, and you're not the champion in all these people's eyes.
Yeah, but he is the champion.
Unfortunately, he does have the belt, and that's why he, as I said earlier in this program, has held us hostage, SAW, here in recent weeks.
Hope Reno doesn't get punched again.
Get out of my ring. Now!
Everybody
Take
within.
this. Get out of my ring. You know, it's all fine and good because we all know I beat the hell out of Eric Andrews about 15 minutes ago right in the back. He doesn't deserve a shot at my title. You can't handle it because I have beaten everybody that you have put in front of me. You don't like me, and I don't care. The point of the matter is, I am the champion. I am the ratings. I am what these pieces of trash come to watch every single week.
I think he's talking about everybody in the building.
You know something, Cash? When I took the job of being the matchmaker here at SAW, I had to take and put my personal feelings to the side.
I don't think you've done it.
I don't think Cash
You know
cares.
something? I promised my family that I would never step back in the ring. But unfortunately tonight, I'm going to have to break that.
Oh, wait a minute now. Now, I understand when a man's pride, I understand, but this is not, Reno, this is not.
In case you haven't heard, there used to be a man by the name of Stephen Dunn standing next to me that ran roughshod in this building. So I'm telling you right now, why don't you put that belt up right now, mister?
Is he? Dutch, did he just challenge? Did Reno Riggins just challenge Kid Cash for the belt?
That sound like to me.
Oh, Reno. Reno Riggins, you finally grew some cojones, huh?
Cojones, that's Spanish for testicles.
You want me to put this title up tonight?
Hey, we have a ring we have a referee, and we have somebody that wants a piece of your
Wait a minute. What is this now?
I think Reno Riggins may have done some finagling backstage tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his way out is Chase Stevens. Chase Stevens has made his way out here. Are you telling me he is going to be, it looks as though he is going to be the challenger tonight for Kid Cash and the International Heavyweight Championship belt?
Well, this could be Chase's big moment. This could be a tipping point in his career. But he's making his way. We have a title match, so it is Cash versus Chase. Wait a minute.
Reno Riggins has on a referee shirt, and we have a match. It is Kid Cash, the champion, against Chase Stevens, the challenger. Reno Riggins with the referee shirt on. He is our guest referee. And ladies and gentlemen, this one's underway with a bang. Look at this capacity crowd, this standing room only crowd reacting to Chase Stevens. And look at the strength. The champion is down.
Well, he's taking a little walk on the outside now. If I was Kid Cash, what a sudden change of events. He thought he didn't have a title match. He does have a title match. He has a biased referee in there with Reno Riggins, and you can say what you want to, but he did punch Reno, so Reno does have something to get even with Kid Cash. But let's see if Reno calls it down the middle. This could be a massive screw job here if you don't look out, guys.
This is an amazing situation. For so long, the champion had it his way. So many times he used back doors inside.
Michael, he was pointing at you. Yeah. Cash likes me. He was pointing at you and telling you to shut your mouth.
I'm glad to hear it. Here's a shot by Chase Stevens, the big clothesline, but time and time again, the champion had things his way so many times, took disqualifications, found back doors, found shortcuts to keep that belt. What a drop kick right there. But tonight, the champion is the one that has the odds stacked against him. And ladies and gentlemen, more of this one is coming up. Chase Stevens challenges for the title on SAW Wrestling. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here. We are back at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. The SAW International Heavyweight title is on the line. This is Michael Graham along with the legend Dutch Mantell. Chase Stevens, the challenger right now, with the better of it against our champion, Kid Cash.
Well, Reno Riggins, he went in the back. I tell you exactly what he did. He's mad at Cash. He went in the back. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna get even with this guy. I'm gonna get Chase Stevens to come out here and challenge him." And and if I was Kid Cash, I would feel just a little bit violated, maybe.
Well, I have to say, it is Kid Cash right now with the odds stacked against him. He did not know he was taking on Chase Stevens tonight.
Let me tell you about Kid Cash. He's a 15-year veteran. He's been down this road before. And whether you like him or not, and I kind of like him, I kind of put up with him because I know him, but, he has defeated a lot of top names right here in Saw. He has defeated Al Snow. He defeated Jerry Lynn. He defeated Vordell Walker not too long ago. And let's not sell Kid Cash short because he is one tough guy inside that ring.
And he will do anything, as proven right there a moment ago when he was biting the leg of Chase Stevens. He will do anything to win a match as Chase Stevens.
Look at Reno Riggins. He hasn't done anything for Law and Order in that ring. Wait a minute.
Oh, wait a minute now. He landed.
Good move by Cash. Good move awareness-wise on his part. He saw immediately that Cash hurt his leg, and he's going right for the injured area.
Chase Stevens came down awkwardly. It looks like the left knee, and as you said, it might as well have a bullseye painted on it as Kid Cash smells blood in the water. Ooh, right there, a big kick to the back of that knee, and Chase Stevens, you can tell, is in a lot of pain right now.
Well, if I was Chase, if I was Stevens, I'd hit that ankle express. I'd take me just face to face.
Again, the tension between these two men, absolutely palpable. Cut it with a knife. It has been that way for some time, but particularly in the last couple of weeks as Chase Stevens again falls victim to, look at the raking down the back and the sternum area as well by Kid Cash there with his nails.
Well, I got to say one thing right now. The fans on their feet here inside the sports arena. It's been a long time since fans in this area have seen matches of this magnitude, of this quality. Actually, you got two top wrestlers in the ring right now going for a title, and there's a lot on the line during this match.
Wrenching in there, that spinning toe hold. You know, that man right there in the ring, our referee tonight, Reno Riggins, has said on numerous occasions, as the figure four is locked in, that big-time wrestling has returned to the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena, and this could be the end of this match right here, as Kid Cash has that figure four locked in tight.
Well, if Chase can get to the ropes, I'm sure Reno will break it. I'm sure Reno...
Look here now. Look here now as Kid Cash is using the ropes as leverage.
Well, Reno's not making him break the hold. Did he actually see him grab the ropes?
You have to say now, as much as you know, Reno Riggins and Kid Cash are at each other's throats right now. Reno does allow that maneuver, that hold, to be held there. And
a standing room only crowd here, and you know, we're even crowded in over here, Michael. This guy don't get off me. I'm gonna try and slap him. He's got a beer sloshed it down my back. Hey, get back!
Well, you've had fans all over you all night, Dutch. I mean, come on, you're one of the main attractions here tonight. As once again, Kid Cash uses that shortcut in that middle rope. More leverage, more pressure on the knee of Chase Stevens. Earlier in this match, just a few minutes ago, as a matter of fact, he landed very awkwardly after a maneuver on that knee, and ever since then, it's been the target, the focus of the champion.
Well, Kid Cash relentless in his assault on Chase Stevens, and that's. Well, he's grabbing the rope. Reno's trying to make him break it.
Yeah, he's going to have to break this if he doesn't hurry up and let go. Now look at it. Oh, and look at Reno take care of the use of the ropes. And once again, and look at Reno now. And again, well,
face to face one more time.
A lot of hatred between these two men. And I know Kid Cash has Chase Stevens as an opponent, but he has Reno Riggins in that ring as well.
He said, I'm the referee, and I will send you right to the back. He doesn't really want to do that.
No.
But he may be forced to do it.
Oh, once again, Chase Stevens goes down
hard.
If
he DQs, let me ask you a question. If he DQs Chase Stevens, does the belt change hands?
You know, and unless there is a stipulation I don't know about, the belt does not change.
Well, yeah, but see, what I'm saying is you got the judge and jury as a referee tonight. He could say, yeah, I can DQ you and take the belt off of you. He could have suspended Kid Cash earlier in the night.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time in a long, long time that the odds are actually stacked against our champion, against Kid Cash, as, the shot to, well, I hesitate to call it the lower midsection, but at any rate.
Go ahead and call it that. Don't hesitate. It's a lower midsection. It is what it is.
Kid Cash now, once again, jawing with Reno Riggins. Kid Cash at odds. Well, Kid Cash is at odds with the world, actually, most of the time. It's now he is after a fan here ringside. This is typical behavior of our champion as well. And one of the reasons I'm sure that Reno Riggins, quite honestly, would love to see that belt not around that man's waist. We got to call a spade here. Reno Riggins does not want Kid Cash to be the champion anymore.
But he may not have a choice. But, you know, Chase Stevens could look up at any time until Reno ring the bell. I give it up. I can't take it anymore. He could tap at any time. I think Cash right now is just trying to punish Chase Stevens and trying to make a point to this crowd. Cash doesn't like this crowd. This crowd doesn't like him.
Haven't met a crowd yet that did like Kid Cash, to be honest with you, as Chase Stevens gets back up to his feet. He does get a right hand, another one in there. He's only on one leg, but he's got that right hand flying, and Kid Cash is feeling those shots to the kidney there, and down goes our champion. And Chase Stevens now with the momentum in this one, one-legged Chase Stevens and then Kid Cash got a hold of that angle, twisted the ankle there, and now he's ripping at the face of Chase Stevens as Reno Riggins tries to get in there to break that.
Well, his boot loose on his left leg. When did that come loose?
It was just a little while ago. I believe Kid Cash was working on it, and now he's back on that ankle. And Chase Stevens is in a bad way. He is obviously in a lot of pain. The ankle, the knee of the left leg has been the focus of Kid Cash. And right there, all the weight of our champion down on that kneecap.
You know what could happen here, Michael, is that Reno Riggins could actually call a official timeout to have him lace his boots up if he wanted to. I'm saying if he wanted to, he could say, hey, timeout, lace the boots up. He can pretty well do what he wants to do.
You said it yourself, and it was a great point. The judge, the jury, the executioner all in the ring right now, as look at that maneuver right there. The moonsault there by Kid Cash. It was a bit of a diving headbutt onto that injured left leg. What a maneuver by our champion. And then dropping his weight once again, wrenching the knee.
Okay, Cash, this is your chance to take it home.
Oh, wait a minute. We have a cover. Oh, and look at this.
Oh, look at that.
2. Only a 2 count. Ladies and gentlemen, how is this going to end up? We'll be back with more of this championship match after this on SAW Wrestling. We are back here in the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. The belt is on the line. The champion, Kid Cash. The challenger, Chase Stevens. I am Michael Graham along with the legend, Dutch Mantell. The referee in this one is none other than Reno Riggins. And Kid Cash, once again with that moonsault, on to Chase Stevens. And again, no hurry, Dutch, by Reno Riggins to get in position to count.
Man, he looked like he was jogging to pick up the mail there for a second. He wasn't in any hurry to get down and make a count.
Look at the
For
face.
anybody to say that Reno Riggins is not just a little bit prejudiced in this match, they haven't seen what's been going on here in the last couple of weeks in Solid.
Look at the hatred in the eyes, the face of Kid Cash right now, as the boot you mentioned a little while ago was unlaced. Now it's completely off, and that foot is completely unprotected and at the mercy of the champion.
Well, Chase is going to have to make a decision here. How much punishment can that ankle? 1, 2.
And another 2 count, at least the way it's being counted by one Reno Riggins in this one.
Well, Reno, another slow count. The he picks up the boot. He might just wacko Reno
Now
with
again, Kid Cash has taken disqualification after disqualification just to hold on to that belt. We know that that is part of his MO, part of his history, and he uses it right there. Now wait a minute, Reno does not call for a bell, instead a cover and a count. 1, 2, and a 2 count.
Well, a little more of a consistent count by Reno Riggins at that point. Cash getting frustrated, getting flustered.
Look at Reno Riggins even taunting the champion a little bit, showing him another 2 count, and then the boot right into the face there. What a throw. Wait a minute. Kid Cash pushes Reno Riggins, who comes back with a shove of his own, and down goes our champion once again. And, oh, wait a minute. A cover. 1, 2, 3. It's over. Oh, my God. We have a new champion just like that.
A great win by Chase Stevens, but you got to give Reno Riggins almost an assist on that one.
I can't believe it. Kid Cash can't believe it. Chase Stevens may not even be aware of it yet, but the 3 has been counted. The championship has changed hands.
Well, we have a new champion.
Now, wait a minute. Whoa, here's another confrontation between Reno Riggins. And this is amazing. We've seen history, and we may be, oh, no, a shot to Chase Stevens right there. A sort of parting shot, if you will, by Kid Cash, as he raises his hands as though he is the victor. Reno continues to signal that it's been a 3 count. That would mean Chase Stevens a victory, and the belt is it.
Well, we saw the 3 count. Chase Stevens got the 3 count on Kid Cash. Reno Riggins has awarded the title to Chase Stevens. Kid Cash, of course, outside the ring pushing fans. He's had a bad night. He's had a bad 3 weeks. This is a bad period in his life.
I'll be honest with you. It will not sit well with our now former champion. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, in the ring, it looks like it's about to be. I cannot believe this. We have seen history. For more than a year, Kid Cash has been the SAW International Heavyweight Champion, and tonight in the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena, that belt has changed hands. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been made official. I've been told your new SAW International Heavyweight Champion is Chase Stevens.
Well, we get the first look here at Chase Stevens with the belt actually in his hands. He's holding it up. I'm going to have to say one thing. It's a great moment in Chase Stevens' career. A great moment. I congratulate him on that. Kid Cash still having a lot of problems outside that ring.
Absolutely, and that will continue. And look who has joined us now. The man that has been going toe-to-toe with Chase Stevens for over a year. Andy Douglas just watched him win gold. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for this week. More SAW Wrestling next Saturday night.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in once again another week of SAW action. I am Michael Graham. This is the legend, Dutch Mantell, alongside, and we are ready for our first match. It is Sigmund already in the ring, awaiting the man from Honolulu, Hawaii. Micah Taylor is going to make his way down the ramp here in a moment.
Well, this is the first time I'm seeing Sigmund. I've heard a lot about him, but this Micah Taylor, I understand, is a pretty good athlete.
We have seen some very good performances from Micah Taylor. A big win, in fact, over David Young on his resume as you see him make his way in front of the crowd here. Another packed house here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena, and we're going to be back here real soon too, Dutch. We're going to have a big card of action coming up next Saturday night, as a matter of fact, including the rematch for the belt.
Well, next Saturday night right here in Nashville at the Fairgrounds, it's going to be Chase Stevens taking on, but not only taking on in his first title defense, taking him on in a steel cage.
Oh, wow. That is going to be amazing. Of course, that belt just changed hands last week, and we will touch on that subject, I'm sure, more as we move on through the show. But right now, the action in the ring is Micah Taylor and Sigmund exchanging wrist locks.
Well, also next Saturday night, we also have a Tennessee street fight with Hammerjack versus Mark Anthony. I want to be here to see that.
That is, we have seen already those two men completely unable to coexist in the same building, and this time anything goes. This time they don't have to get in the ring. A bell doesn't have to ring, so to speak. It's just going to be a straight-out brawl, and we're hopefully going to get a winner and an actual decision between those two men this Saturday night at the Fairgrounds. Another big match, Dutch, is the
go ahead.
Is the tag team match.
Oh yeah, PG-13 taking on. You know, they just won the titles too, taking on Derek King Enterprises. So it's going to be a big night here in Nashville next Saturday night. And, you know, you're talking about Hammerjack and Mark Anthony. You're going to get a win one way or the other because it's a Tennessee street fight. I have never seen a Tennessee, any kind of a street fight thrown out.
Well, that is going to be an amazing match, no doubt about it, and it will happen next Saturday. Right now it is Sigmund in the ring with the better of Micah Taylor right now.
Well, this Michael Taylor, from what I understand, is from Honolulu, Hawaii.
That's right, the husband of our ladies champion, Tracy Taylor.
Well, what the hell is he doing here in Nashville? He's from Honolulu, Hawaii.
I don't know. Oh, a big shoulder block is what he's doing right now. What a shot right there, and Sigmund will head outside.
Stepped out of the box. He couldn't take the heat, stepped out of the box, taking the little walk outside. To me, which is a very strategic move, you know, sometimes when you can feel when your opponent has a little bit of the upper hand, so step out.
Stop the momentum. Stop the momentum, maybe. Almost like a timeout, right?
Well, it is a timeout, except in my case, I was stalling for time. You can call it a timeout. I was just stalling for time, hoping that I could get a psychological advantage on my opponent. It didn't work too many times, but a few times it did.
Doesn't look like it worked for Sigmund right here as he walks right into a headlock and a takeover, and now Micah Taylor once again with the upper hand in this one. Great matchups, including our main event, which will be Flash Flanagan taking on Rick Santel, Dutch, and we've been talking about that one. A lot of emotion in that one. That is going to be a heated contest.
You know, the last time we saw Flash Flanagan and Rick Santel together, he got a beer bottle. Flash Flanagan got a beer bottle crashed over his head. And you know, Michael, every time somebody ever hit me with a beer bottle, I kind of remembered it.
Well, I would hope. Well, I don't know. It might knock you a little silly. You may not remember it, but I know Flash Flanagan remembers that moment, and he is out for revenge. And we're going to see that matchup later on this program here tonight as Sigmund leans into Micah Taylor with that boot to the throat there.
Well, Sigmund, I don't know a lot about him. Looks like a pretty good athlete. Michael Taylor looks like a great athlete. And that's one thing about Saul. They do have some you know, if you look at the wrestling landscape today, it's vastly different than what it used to be. But one thing I can say about Saul, whoa,
wow,
great move by Sigmund. That's probably the best move I've ever seen.
1, 2, and just a 2 count. Excuse me, Dutch.
One of the best moves of that first rope into the second rope maneuver that I've seen in recent years. Sigmund, not very big, but actually. Hey, fans, listen, we're going to have to pay some bills here. We're going to be back in like 120 seconds. We'll be right back, and don't go away.
Hand in this one. I am Michael Graham. This is Dutch Mantell, the legend alongside me here. Sigmund against Micah Taylor in the ring right now, and it's all Sigmund.
Well, since you've been gone, Michael Taylor has fought, and yet still Sigmund is controlling Michael Taylor, laying on him. And when you take a guy, say Sigmund weighs 215 pounds, I don't know exactly his weight, but when he's laying on Michael Taylor, you know, Michael's not only trying to get up, he's trying to get that weight off of him too, which really works to his disadvantage.
Expending more and more energy there. A nice right hand and another one now by Micah Taylor as he's using some sort of reserve of energy, but it's cut off once again. Every time Micah Taylor has tried to bring some offense in this matchup, it's been cut off by Sigmund, and he once again gains the upper hand.
Well, he's got him back in the corner. That is a bad place to be, because he has no room to move. He has no room to maneuver. And when the opponent gets you back in the corner, the best thing I can say is get to the center, get you some operating space.
Well, right now he is in that corner, and that is the wrong neighborhood as Sigmund is making him pay for it with those big shoulder blocks into the midsection of Micah Taylor. Now wants to send him pillar to post. No, it will be reversed. It's Sigmund that goes into the ropes. Oh, a big boot, and that caught Micah Taylor flush. Now Sigmund will go to the second rope. What is he looking for here? Maybe the diving headbutt, and he misses it.
Well, nobody home. Nobody home. Michael Taylor, he telegraphed that from way back Tulsa way, and Michael Taylor had the foresight to get out of the way, which I would do anyway. Because I'm always up.
And there's a shot and a left hand now, and Micah Taylor with big rights and lefts wants to send Sigmund in. No, it's reversed. Micah Taylor off the ropes, comes off with that forearm maneuver there, and down goes Sigmund.
I kind of like Michael Taylor's hairstyle. That half skunk look he's got, I kind of like that.
It looked good on you, Dutch.
It would look good on me.
Oh, a backdrop right there, landing on his hip is Sigmund. Landed awkwardly. You got to wonder if maybe that right leg, that right hip didn't take the brunt of that blow and maybe causing him some problems. Now it is Micah Taylor off the ropes. No, Sigmund catches him, and Micah Taylor, look at him, almost skin the cat there. Oh, and walk right into a drop kick.
Great recovery, but the recovery turned into be his disadvantage to him, turned right into that drop kick. Sigmund getting the 2 count on him.
And asking for a 3, wondering why he didn't get 3 on that one. That was a long 2. Ooh, a headbutt right there. Sigmund using his skull as a weapon in every one of his matches is something we have seen over and over again. Oh, he telegraphed that backdrop. And what a clothesline. What a clothesline by Micah Taylor, who immediately signals he wants to go up top.
Well, not only did he signal he wants to go up top, he actually went up top.
And as he's there, oh, the leg drop off the top rope. Sigmund is down 1, 2, and that is all. Your winner is Micah Taylor.
Well, great win for Micah Taylor here over Sigmund. So, fans, we're working our way to next Saturday night here in Nashville. So,
it's going to be a great night. It's going to be a great night.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Down and Dirty with Dutch. My name is Dirty Dutch Mantell. And I have a special guest with me right here. Ladies and gentlemen, the new International Heavyweight Champion, Chase Stevens. Chase, I want to welcome you to the program. And everybody knows and everybody can see you sitting there right now with the Saul International title. An unexpected turn of events on the program last week. You were called into action to take on Kid Cash. What I'd like to know is your reaction to that, and where do you think what does the future hold for Chase Stevens?
Well, Dutch, I just want to thank you, first of all, for having me on the show. I come in the arena week in, week out. I prepare myself 7 days a week. You never know. I was in the right place at the right time. I'd like to thank Reno for having enough respect in what I've done and how I've grown as a man to invite me out there. Kid Cash, he's not an easy opponent. I mean, I know the fans don't like him. He's not a fan favorite, but you gotta give the guy credit. He's an MMA fighter.
So you're saying he's tough?
He's a tough guy. It was a tough match. I mean, hell, he about broke my ankle. I mean, what can you say about it? Thank the Lord that I'm walking today. But I overcome all odds. I have my whole life. I started out not even knowing I was going to be anything in life, and look where I'm at today. Saul International Heavyweight Champion. I mean, I'm ecstatic.
Well, Chase, let me ask you, since you've won the International Heavyweight title, I have heard, through the grapevine, that a lot of big names are itching and kind of trying to get to Saul. Is there anybody that you would back down from, or is there anybody you would be afraid to face?
Wow, that's a good question. Saul's growing. I mean, the name's out there. It's becoming national and getting ready to. It's international at the time, and so I'm sure there's a lot of people out there. I've got some text messages. I've got some phone calls. 7 days. It's been 7 days I've been a champion, and I've had voicemails. People already calling me out, getting my number and things like that. So I'm not a paperweight. I'm not here to back down from anybody. Your question was, will I back down? No, there's nobody I'd back down to. You bring it on. I put a paper in front of me. I'll sign the paper, and we can square it up in the ring. It doesn't matter who it is. That's what I'm here for.
Good answer. I would be remiss in my duties if I didn't bring this up. You may have seen it. You may have not seen it, but I'm sure you've heard about it. I want to ask the question. After you won last week, we got a picture of your former partner, Andy Douglas, watching your match. What I want to know is, you and Andy were partners for so long, and then it fell apart at the seams. It got violent. It got rough. Let me ask you, what are your feelings now toward Andy Douglas?
Andy, you know, it's a bad situation with Andy.
I couldn't read the look on his face, but I knew he's watching. He's not watching for no reason. He's watching for a reason. What do you read into that, if anything?
I'm sure he is watching, and I'm sure it's just he right now that I'm a champion. He's not. I mean, here's a guy that for years, 6 years, we rode 6 days a week on the road together. I mean, you just get to know somebody over that amount of time, you know, and then he comes out and you know, just blatantly turns on me. He has no reason behind it. He's never given a reason. At the year and a half that we've been fighting each other and back and forth and just pulling each other's hair out, he's never given a real reason why he turned on me. I never turned my back on Andy. Andy turned his back on me. You know, the way I see it is we squared it up. We had a last man standing. I pulled myself up to my feet, and he dropped. You know, I won that match. And that's been the end of it. In my eyes, it should be over. If he wants to come out and shake my hand, he can come out and shake my hand. If he wants to roll his eyes and turn his back and walk away, then he can roll his eyes, turn his back, and walk away. Like I said, I am a champion, and this ain't the first time I've been a champion. And I will defend this against anybody. If Andy's the one that I have to defend it against, I'll be happy to go one more round with him.
Okay, you heard it. Chase Stevens, the new international heavyweight champion. So a really good insight into this man's mind, and I think we can expect big things out of Chase Stevens in the future. Congratulations. Good luck.
W Wrestling. I am Michael Graham. I am joined by the legend Dutch Mantell, as we are joined now by Kevin White and Su Yung.
Well, Kevin White and Su Yung making their way to the ring. It should be a fairly interesting matchup. I'm not very familiar with either one of these two guys, but both of them, I understand, have similar one-loss records.
Similar,
you know?
Yeah, similar backgrounds as well. Both from Memphis, these two competitors.
Both from Memphis, both West Tennessee natives, I understand.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I've noticed about this building? It's a capacity house here, and I used to wrestle in this building, Michael Graham. And you know what the big difference is now that they don't have now that they had then?
What is that?
People don't smoke. I used to come in this building, I swear, it was like going into a smokestack. You'd almost have to wear a mask going to the ring. Now nobody can smoke. So, which I'm going to ask you, you know, do you mind if I light up a cigarette?
Oh, hey, you know, hey, from the fire one.
Whoa!
Look at Cody Melton hit the ring here. And much to the light of the crowd here, Kevin White.
I kind of liked it myself.
Waiting for his opponent to.
A lot of energy.
Yeah.
A lot of energy.
Settle down maybe
but
a little bit.
He does give away a little bit of several years of experience to Kevin White. Of course, Su Yung out there in the corner, who's probably capable of doing a lot of things if you just look at her.
All right now.
I mean, it's hard not to look at her, so I'm looking at her right now. So.
Well, now she is an accomplished wrestler as well. She has yet to hold a title.
What do you say? She's in a coma. Oh, accomplished. Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
No, that's okay.
It must be this guy hanging over the rail right behind it. I'm about to get ready to slap this guy. Get off me!
There are some loud people right around our position right now.
It's standing room only in this building, and it's, you know, they're all over me, and I'm a little claustrophobic, and I don't much like it.
Where there can be a body, there is a body.
Great move.
Cody Melton right now with that arm barred right now of Kevin White. Su Yung on the outside, just to finish that thought. Don't think that she would not be a factor in this match. She definitely can become a factor in this match, but obviously right now, it's Kevin White on the receiving end of problems. I'm sorry, Dutch.
Well, not much of a problem right now. If you watch Kevin White, if you watch these guys, if you really know what you're looking for, which I do.
Of course.
What Kevin White now is, he's trying to fill out this Cody Melton, and that's just exactly. He will give him something just to find out where he is. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. You know, that sounds like a poker game. Sometimes you throw away a good hand just to see, or you stay in just to see what everybody's got. I like that.
I don't do that in poker. That's why I don't play anymore. I went broke playing poker. I just stayed in there to the bitter end. I didn't care. I mean, you know, don't bluff me, buddy.
Those 4-9 offsuits just don't pay off, do they? Cody Melton, no. Cody Melton, yes, with that hip toss. I thought he was going to be tossed himself by Kevin White there, and now Kevin White will kind of stall for time here. I don't think anybody in the building thinks the tights were used in that last maneuver, Kevin White included, but it will slow down Cody Melton for a moment.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you know, Michael, you had one angle on it, and, you know, of course, I'm not doubting that Kevin White probably does have some validity to his statement that maybe some tights were used.
Well,
see, don't convict. Don't convict
you're
right off the bat.
And you're absolutely right. I'm sure
if it doesn't
Cody
fit,
Melton did it.
You must have quit. Remember that?
Cody Melton up and over. Oh, and Su Yung, even if it's just an annoyance and a distraction, she does get involved in this matchup. Cody Melton turns his back on his opponent. And Kevin White will make him pay for it now with a big right hand there. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a quick break here.
Cody Melton's in some bad trouble. Let's take a break.
We'll be back after this on SAW. We are back here in the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena as Kevin White with a big suplex on Cody Melton right there. And it has been all Kevin White in the last few minutes in this matchup, Dutch Mantell.
Textbook suplex by Kevin White. I will give him credit for that. He did give Mr. Cody Melton a ride. And you know, when you go up there, you're 6 feet in the air, and all of a sudden your body hits that mat. It's quite an impact.
Well, it looked like he really delivered that with maximum efficiency as Su Yung once again, as our referee's back is turned. Su Yung with that, choke of Cody Melton in the back, not allowing him to catch his breath, not allowing him to kind of put himself back together in this matchup.
You call it a choke. I call it a little bit of an Asiatic massage.
Is that it?
Because I was in Saigon one time. That's what they called it then.
I see.
So
okay, very good. I thought that was a little lower.
Great,
I understand. Neck.
Great punch by Kevin. A little more massage. Whoa! Now that's a massage.
That is an Asiatic something or another. Regardless, it was an effective maneuver because Cody Melton's throat was draped over that second rope, and Kevin White there now is going to take a couple of right hands as Cody Melton found a reserve of energy, but the rake to the eyes will stop that offense. Kevin White back on the offensive with the right hand.
Well, Kevin White got things rolling his way, and let's see if he can continue to do this. This Cody Melton. One thing you can say, you can't ever count anybody out. If you get them down, you got to keep them down. I learned that a long time ago, and might be time for Kevin White to learn that too. If you got him, got him down, keep him down.
He is definitely leaning on him right now with those right hands, even raking at the face. No kind of cover there. I'm not sure really what he thought that was going to accomplish.
Very nonchalant cover.
A 2 count, but I have a feeling Cody Melton could have kicked out at any point there.
I would have never done that. Uh-oh.
Oh, wait a minute now. Is Cody Melton signaling maybe a shot here? He wants to come in with the kick. No, Cody Melton is able to catch it. And Cody Melton now has Kevin White in the compromising position. Oh, a standing drop kick, and that was right on the button. Another one. Look at the hops of Cody Melton, the athleticism.
Well, up in the air for the ride. I told Kevin White to keep him down. He let him get up.
He absolutely did.
This could be almost a lethal mistake for Mr. White.
Well, let's see what Cody Melton has off the top rope. Comes off with the frog splash, but misses everything. Air ball on the frog splash, and Kevin White now is back to his feet.
Tapping the leg.
Oh, he's got the shot to the midsection. He's looking for that cutter, and there it is. You can forget about it. Cody Melton is out. 1, 2, 3.
Big win.
That is all.
Big win for Kevin White. Got him with the move. Now Su Yung is going to join him in the ring for a little bit of a post-match celebration. Great win for Kevin White. And if they had similar records going in.
Welcome back in, SAW fans. This is Reno Riggins here at the offices of the Tennessee State Fairgrounds Sports Arena. I want to let everybody know about a big card of action we have coming up next Saturday night, March 13th. Special bell time for this one, 7 o'clock. If you get there at 8 o'clock, you're going to be an hour late. 7 o'clock special bell time, and listen to this main event. The history of these two men go back over a year. It started in a cage. I'm speaking of none other than Chase Stevens, the new SAW International Heavyweight Champion, will be defending his title, his very first title defense, against none other than his former partner, Andy Douglas. Yeah, that's right, Andy Douglas, the man that threw Chase Stevens off the balcony at the Tennessee State Fairgrounds Sports Arena. It's going to get wild and woolly. I knew that. Commissioner Freddie Morton knew that. So what did we do? We are bringing in a 15-foot-tall steel cage. The first title defense for Chase Stevens will be inside this steel cage facing Andy Douglas. Also on the card, these two men have a long storied history, brutal past. I'm talking about Hammerjack and Mark Anthony. If you've been to the fairgrounds the last 2 times and seen these 2 men fight, the crowd was chanting, "Let them fight, let them fight." Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what we're going to do. These 2 men are going to be in a Tennessee street fight. And the rules are in a Tennessee street fight, there are no rules. You're going to have Hammerjack, Mark Anthony, something is going to be settled. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't recommend getting on the front row for this one. But if you're brave enough, it is going to be worth all the money for that one. Also on the card that night, tag team champions putting their belts on the line. PG-13 will be defending their gold against Derek King Enterprises. Also, Nature's Greatest Miracle, Rick Santel, will be taking on Too Sexy, Brian Christopher. Ryan Genesis, newcomer, will be on the card that night as well. And also a man that made his name at the Tennessee State Fairgrounds Sports Arena will return for the first time in over 20 years. I'm talking about none other than Downtown Bruno. That's right, Downtown Bruno will return to the Tennessee State Fairgrounds March 13th. Get your tickets on sale now at sawonline.tv.
Graham and the legend Dutch Mantell. And Dutch, we've got our main event coming up. We're going to see Flash Flanagan and Rick Santel. But before we get to this, I want to mention one more time, you in your Down and Dirty segment with Chase Stevens earlier, huge announcement about what's going to happen in this building coming up next Saturday.
Absolutely. Chase Stevens won the title, and I don't think he actually realizes it yet, but he is a marked man. Because when you hold the title, you go from being the hunter to the hunted. And a lot of eyeballs are focusing on Chase Stevens and that title, and I think he's got a lot to learn now. Whether he can maintain that remains to be seen. Of course, coming up next week, the match with his first title defense. So let's see how long he can hang on to that title.
Oh, it's going to be an amazing spectacle. Be here for that here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena next Saturday night. Right now here in the fairgrounds, it is Rick Santel who is preening for the crowd, maybe is the best way to put it, as we hear the music, and we'll see soon Flash Flanagan, and there he is. And Dutch, the last time these 2 men got together, it was a beer bottle to the skull of Flash Flanagan that ended the festivities.
Well, it may have ended the festivities for Flash Flanagan. I think it started the ones for Rick Santel. But anytime I know Flash Flanagan. And I know that he has a long memory. Of course, getting hit with a beer bottle will make you remember things. So, but I think he's in this ring tonight. He is really. Wait a minute.
Hey, now the referee trying to take that weapon. This is not.
Give the referee an assist on that one. But I'm gonna tell you, Flash he kind of recovered right off the bat.
Yes, he did, and a big chop that you can hear that echo off the walls here of this old building, and then. Off the ring post goes the skull of Rick Santel there, and something that I have to mention once again here. As another chop there, my goodness, by Flash Flanagan. No Paul Adams at ringside for the A-Team member here. Once again, just like last week with Andy Douglas, we do not see Paul Adams supporting his man ringside here as Rick Santel misses that elbow drop there. And oh my goodness, Dutch, what a shot right there by Flash Flanagan.
You may not see Paul Adams, but rest assured he is not very far away. He's still supporting his man here.
As Flash Flanagan now in that mount position with the right hands, and once again the referee steps in.
What's the referee doing? Wait a minute. Oh.
Well, that might end that for a moment as Flash Flanagan shrugs off the referee there. Now I have to say the referee struggling with Flash early in the match over the weapon. This is not a hardcore match, and he could have even gotten himself into a point where he could have been disqualified with that weapon. Oh, a nice clothesline right there.
Well, the referee shouldn't have gotten involved. I think he was being a little too physical actually from the beginning. My motto is if they want to fight, let them fight.
As Flash Flanagan now seems to have put that referee business behind him. Pillar to post goes Rick Santel, but he gets the boot up and just in time, but walks right into this. What's going to happen here? Maybe a Samoan drop? Flash has got him up, and the airplane spin, Dutch. Oh, it's got to be, I can't even imagine how disoriented that's got to be. And both of the men now.
Well, when you put a guy in an airplane spin, you suffer the same.
Well, sure.
You're in the same centrifuge.
Absolutely.
You like that word? You like that word,
that was
centrifuge?
a good one. That was a $10 word. What a maneuver right there.
I just pulled that off the top of my head.
That was beautiful. A great move right there as Rick Santel drops that shoulder, drops Flash Flanagan, I should say, on that shoulder. And Rick Santel then dumps Flash Flanagan to the outside with a knee to the back.
Well, Santel taking it out to the floor, which is where half this match has happened anyway, so it's not unfamiliar territory to either man. But Santel has to take the fight to Flash. He's got to slow him down because Flash Flanagan, of course, has a lot of incentive coming into this match.
Well, it is right now Rick Santel with a big advantage. That left shoulder, the target right now of Rick Santel. You saw Flash Flanagan's shoulder bounce off that ring post. No give in that metal ring post.
Well, next Saturday night, big night here in Nashville, Tennessee.
It's going to be an amazing night.
Chase Stevens versus
street
fight with Hammerjack and Marcus Anthony.
What do you think of this maneuver, Dutch? The world's greatest elbow.
Let me see. It's pretty good.
You like that?
World's greatest, maybe a little bit overhyped, but it's a good elbow.
Well, it got a 2 count this time, so maybe, well, I don't know. Maybe he needs to work on it a little bit. At any rate, he goes back to work on that left shoulder. But going back to the Fairground show next Saturday, we'll be right back here in this building. We're going to see Hammerjack taking on Mark Anthony in a Tennessee street fight.
Going to go all over this building and may go outside the building because, you know, there are streets outside the building. So I think it could go actually all over the place.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll have more of our main event, Rick Santel, Flash Flanagan, right after this on SAW Wrestling. Welcome back to SAW Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Is Michael Graham here ringside along with the legend Dutch Mantell as Flash Flanagan once again trying to mount some offense, but Rick Santel going back to work on that left shoulder that has been his target for most of this match, and right there it is rammed into the top turnbuckle.
Well, Santel's motioning him to come on. He's trying to...
Oh, he's looking for the Santel slam here, but no, a couple of back elbows there, and then a shot to the midsection as Flash Flanagan tried to come off the rope. It is, once again, Santel looking for that big maneuver, the Santel slam, missing with it. Whoa! Look at him go up. And nice athleticism hanging on, and then dropping that shoulder over the top rope. And once again, the left shoulder of Flash Flanagan is the target.
Well, I think he makes a mistake trying to put a little too much, trying to be too fancy here. He should just go right after Flash and see if he can pin him and get this over with.
Dangerous, and that big superplex.
What did I just say? What did I just say? I said you go back to the basics, ground this guy, and keep him down.
Yep, Rick Santel put himself in that position, it must be said.
Nobody listens to me anyway, but I mean, if he wouldn't have listened, if he'd had an earpiece in, I said, hey, don't do that, but he didn't, so look what happened to him.
Rick Santel is the first to get, well, I thought he was going to be the first to get back to his feet, and he is now, but only by just a moment, as both men showing the effects of that last big maneuver. Whoa. But it is under a right hand and big lefts being thrown by Flash Flanagan, and a big right hand right there.
Well, Flash leveled Rick Santel, much to his dismay, in for the ride.
Big back body drop.
He puts him down. It looks like Flash has the momentum going to see if he can maintain it.
That reverse atomic drop will change your day. And then a scoop and a slam. Flash Flanagan may be looking to end this one now. Where is he going?
Now he may be making a mistake too. What did I just tell these guys? Whoop!
Wait a minute now. David Young, another member of the A-team out here. Oh, a shot right there by Flash Flanagan, taking care of the problem solver. But it is Rick Santel who's able to recover enough to get that shot to the back of Flash Flanagan. Now into the ropes, under a clothesline. And, oh, a big forearm by Flash Flanagan.
Well, let's see if he can get this. He dropped the big leg on him. Wait a minute, David Young making his way into the ring.
In the ring, and yep, that'll be a disqualification. David Young introduces himself, and you know, you said earlier, Dutch, if I may say so, you said Paul Adams was not far, and you got to wonder if he wasn't the man that sent out the Wolves to take care of Flash Flanagan. What a spine buster.
Well, the Wolves are after Flash Flanagan. He's checking David Young, checking on Rick Santel, and they may do a little double team here.
Oh.
And they're putting the boots to him. See, they're almost keeping what I said intact. If you get him down, keep him down. And they're trying to keep him down. They're trying to hurt Flash Flanagan so he can't come back.
They absolutely are trying to hurt Flash Flanagan. And ladies and gentlemen, we are woefully out of time. More SAW Wrestling coming next Saturday night, including live SAW Wrestling right here at the Nashville Fairgrounds Sports Arena. Be here. We'll see you next week on SAW Wrestling. Somebody's got to